Hi, welcome back to my channel, My Stoma, My Way. My name is Daniel, and today we're going to talk about my first stoma fart. Stick around. Hey everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you've had the chance to check out some of my other videos to get an idea of kind of what my channel is about. And yeah, from the title and my opening, you know what we're going to be talking about today. And I think, or in this video, but I think I really wanted to talk about something that was funny about this entire experience. It was a moment that I expected to happen. No idea how I was going to deal with it, and it happened. So I want to talk about that. Now I know that this is like my third video, maybe with the beanie on. I know I'm inside. I know my colors, this with this, not the greatest. I don't care. I found this shirt in my closet, and it's from a time when I lived in up north. And so I thought, screw it, I want to wear it. I'm not gonna show it on camera because it's not the most flattering, but it's a shirt, and it's cold right now, you know, and I never get to wear beanies, so I figured, screw it, I want to wear a beanie in my video, and I don't care if I match or not. Oh, I even contemplated wearing my my scarf because it's just so warm, but I won't. So yeah, so having a stoma, right? You don't have the ability to control when you are going to have a bowel movement, and that also means when you pass gas. I was, as you can imagine, worried about that, being in public. It wasn't so much being in public, like just going to the grocery store or whatever, which I tend not to do anymore. But you know, I was more concerned about when I went back to work and when that was going to happen in front of a customer. You know, I work with the public, and, you know, even with social distancing and, you know, we have glass in between us or whatever the case may be, you know, I do sit down with clients and they would hear it if it was to happen. And I was pretty irritated in the beginning when I was kind of talking about this with my doctors. I would say more so the surgeon, because it was just kind of like, oh, don't worry about it, you're fine. It's not an issue. You know, it rarely happens, you know, so it was just kind of brushed over. And I'm like, but this was something that was really kind of I don't want to say a concern, but I was, you know, I didn't want to be embarrassed. I didn't want to experience that kind of humiliation in front of anyone, especially with how I was feeling about even going back to work, whether I was ready or not. You know, mentally, I needed a lot of processing, and not to mention physically, but mentally, I needed to get myself to a place where I would feel okay, you know? And the time came, and I had no choice. I had to go back. It was either not go back and find a way to support myself. And, you know, I figured, well, money talks, and, you know, I've been in this profession for a while, so it wasn't something I could just easily walk away from. And so I figured, well, let me just give it a shot, you know? So cut to day 2. I went back to work on a Thursday, and so it's Friday. It's literally my second day back to work. And so an older couple, came in, and you know, we were talking about whatever we were talking about. And so we're standing off to the side of the in the building, and, you know, just having a normal, decent conversation. And all of a sudden, it happens. I'm standing in front of these people. There's no separation, really. There's no wall. There's no plastic glass. There's no, you know, anything like that. We're literally just standing in front of each other talking. And it's not okay. So it's not a regular fart. You know what I mean? It's not like what a regular fart sounds like. And there's a wide range of how farts sound, right? I mean, they sound funky. They are funky. Like there's different sounds to them. They sound different, and at least mine do. You know, I've never heard any another. I've never heard one actually make any sound. You know, no one's put a video of them theirs making a sound. You don't really know when it's gonna happen. I pray that it happens right now when I'm talking about this, because it would just make it perfect. But it's probably not. It'll probably happen when I stop making this video. But so I don't really want to try to mimic it with my mouth, because I don't feel like I'll do it justice. But it's very it's looser sounding than a fart. So it's like like I can't even do it. Like it's it just sounds different from a fart. Okay. So in normal cases, it makes a sound. It's done. Okay. Depending on how if how my bag is placed up against my stoma, if it's not really pushed up against, either because of air or whatever, you know, it maybe not make much of a sound, because it's not necessarily hitting anything to add any extra vibration to make any extra sound. You know, so it might sound a little different. And they're short. They're not like this long drawn out freaking fart. You know, they're different. Well, not today. Okay, today it was the day for the long stoma fart. Stoma fart. It was like. Okay, so this is going on for a couple of seconds, right? And I'm standing there looking at them like, like I'm listening to what they're saying, and they're listening to what I was saying, and then I don't even remember if we continue. I know we didn't talk as it's happening, and I didn't know what to say. I felt myself getting redder, and I was trying not to let myself get embarrassed, because I didn't want to turn like, you know, 5 shades, you know, dark. And them seeing me be embarrassed, and that make them uncomfortable and embarrassed, you know. So I didn't know what to say. Should say anything? Should laugh about it? Should be like, oh, do you know anyone with this Stoma? You know what I mean? Like, oh, do sabes, like do sabes. You know, like, you know, like, you're old. You probably have one too, you know. And okay, not even just that. Obviously, a stoma's it's on my stomach. It's coming out of my stomach, so you can clearly tell that there's, you know, it's not coming from the back of me. It's coming from the front of me. And then I think I even like put my hand like just to like covering it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that was they didn't say anything. They didn't break. They didn't laugh. I didn't see them get embarrassed. It was fine. They probably I don't know. I didn't even hear it. You know? I don't know. And I had no one there in the office to share it with. It felt like a lost moment. I think I was more. I definitely was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. It happened, and it had to happen on the second day. And it wasn't just like a. It was like a. You know, like, you mother, like. So, and yeah, I had no one there to be like, oh my god, I just freaking hella stoma farted in front of the customer. You know, this is literally my second day working at a new location. You know, I got moved during my leave. And so, or whatever. I so I didn't have like a friend, a coworker that, you know, I could just go to and talk about it and laugh about it. But that was kind of it in that moment. You know, I think I just laughed to myself. I was like, oh my god, you know, I probably text my fiance, and it was just like, oh my god, I just stoma farted, you know. And it was almost a waste that they didn't say anything. Like, I wish they would have been like, you know, like, was that your stoma, young man? You know, like, it was just a waste. I almost felt like I needed someone to laugh at me, even if it was like some punk just standing in the corner, like, you know, just like, what that, you know, like, I don't know. I just needed a reaction, I guess. So it wasn't bad. It's gonna happen. It will probably happen again. It has happened, but it just hasn't happened in front of anyone. Like, I've been at my desk. I was on the phone. There's another. I was on the phone with the customer, and they had to have heard it. They just had to have heard it, because you call places, right, and you can hear people talking in the background at some point. You can hear something, and the phone is not that far, from where my stomach is, and it was a hefty one. It wasn't as long, but it was there. I it made its presence known. So I wonder if that person heard her on the phone was just like, did that mother just let one go on the phone? That's the kind of thing. I don't want anyone to hear it and be like, oh my god, you don't even have the decency to hold it in. And it's not that, if I could, I would. I have no control over it. There's not a cork I get just stuck in there. And even if I could, it probably would pop out from the release of any air. So hilarious. That was funny. I hope you found humor in that. Because if not, then I'm just gonna have to walk around with being live all the time, so when it happens, someone can laugh at it, because it's just freaking hilarious. I'm waiting for the day when I know I'm crapping in front of someone. And it's and I sit there just looking like I'm really straining, but really I'm not. That's the other thing. Like I said, you don't have any control over it, so it just happens, and you don't feel it. When you have a regular bowel movement, you can feel it. Your muscles, your sphincter is releasing. You have control over that. That's the reason for a sphincter, so it just doesn't just doesn't come out, and you have a bridesmaid situation. Which would just be hilarious. But so it's not like that. You don't really feel it unless you hear it going through the bag. It's just it's coming out and just attacking the bag, and then just slide, something dramatic like that. Then maybe you might hear something, but you don't. And last night I had broccoli for dinner, for a vegetable in my dinner, and broccoli is the enemy, because I had to wake up several times, and my bag was like it looked like a freaking rat trying to squeeze through a baby sock. You know what I mean? It's just it's just packed. And so that's my version of a fart. And it's not like I can choose when to release it or not. Well, actually, I take that back, because my farts collect. Do yours? Can you collect your farts? I don't think so. I can. So don't piss me off, especially if we're sharing the bed, because I will Dutch oven you, and it's not going to be like any Dutch oven you've ever experienced in your life. I will kill you, okay? Anyways, I hope you found some humor in my rant for the last 13 minutes. I'm going to go and end this so I can let you guys go back to your day. I hope you enjoyed. Stick around for the next one. Bye.